meeting. Thank you. So I would like to call now our logistics, our Zoom master, DTM Sarinka, or is it Belushka? One of you can go over the protocol, meeting protocol.
Thank you, Fabiola. The meeting protocol, fellow Toastmasters and most distinguished guests. We have heard it over and over again, but still we would like to remind you, if you are not speaking, please mute yourself or we may mute you. If you need to walk away from your computer, that's okay. I do it myself often as well. Please turn off your camera, or if you need to iron any clothes, whatever that you're not interested in, please turn off your camera. The debating will be happening in this same room, so we will not be hopping in and out of rooms this afternoon. However, the two debating clubs will be moved automatically to their debating room, and also the judges will also be moved to their room for the discussion. You can use the chat, but be mindful. If we see the chat is going all over the place, we may stop the chat and you can only chat to the host. Any issue, drop me a private message and I'll make sure to help you out. Have fun, enjoy the evening. Back to you, Fabiola. Fabiola, you're muted.
Thank you so much, DTM Sarinka. And now I would like to call on our inspirational officer for this evening, Toastmaster Ika Jones.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our last night and most fun evening. I would like to share, since one of our topics is about, or the final topic is about differences. I would like to talk about a quote or a thought by Albert Einstein. Strange is our situation here upon earth. Each one of us comes for a short visit, not knowing why, yet sometimes seeming to a divine purpose. From the standpoint of daily life, however, there is one thing we do know, that we are here for the sake of other men, above all for those who smile and well-being, our own happiness depends. For the countless unknown souls with whose fate we are connected by a bond of sympathy. Many times a day, I realize how much my outer and inner life is built upon the labors of people, both living and dead, and how earnestly I must exert myself in order to give in return as much as I have received and still am receiving. It is very important for each one of us to understand that we are all different. We are all human beings, that in that we are the same, but we are all different individuals, and we depend to be able to live together and move forward together. And the same thing is necessary in leadership and in communication. Back to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much for that inspiration. We just, or even still, are honoring men in our life. We just had the International Men's Day, And tonight, in this meeting, we also want to give them our special attention. And for this, we have DTM Shamila Williams, who is going to address our men for the International Men's Day.
A big shout out to all men out there who, despite all odds and obstacles, paved the way for themselves in the over-ambitious world. May you get more strength and love, because the beauty of all men is that each one has a special quality, and it is nice when you discover your true heart. Although you are a beautiful creation of God, you are not perfect, so it's normal that you have several errors. We know there is no need for a man to use physical force to show the strength that he carries within him. With all this, we encourage you to face the challenges of life without fear. Real man never gets affected by what others say about him, as he is busy doing what is best for his family and loved one. We know you are a truly best man, all of us know. Happy International Men's Day. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. And for all of you that participated in the campaign this weekend, from the Club Growth team, we thank you and do encourage you to continue celebrating our men. As women, we do need them in our lives too. So it has been a special weekend, you can say, where we give special attention to all the men in our lives. Yes, we came to the final. It has been a great battle, a tour that we started 4 weeks ago. And all the divisions, all the teams, they were wonderful. They gave us our word of what we could expect of debates. We have learned a lot, and that was the aim of this debate tour, to get to all members another tool for them to use and know how they can still develop in a lot of areas by putting everything together that they have learned so far. Debating is a skill that we can go long ways with it, and it can be fun. But besides the debaters, we have had also a big team of collaborators: judges, moderators, functionaries, committee members. All of them has learned so much. And believe me, I've learned also a lot, even though I knew a lot, but this was awesome. Thanks to the idea of our program quality director, Pierre Charles Mingo, that we get to organize this, hosted by Leaders Beyond Borders. Now today, our final day, we are going to have everybody in one same room. Two debates and an audience interaction of a ship debate. Have you heard of that? No? Well, you need to make this tonight and be part of it. In a while, we are going to share a link in the Zoom chat, and we will ask everyone as we are going along to click on the link and let us know that you want to participate as an audience to the ship debate. The rules are also in the link. You can see what it is all about, but we will explain that later on. Further on the agenda today, we will start with what we have called the fun debate. And what is the fun debate? That is our district leaders Yes, we have our district leaders also, two teams debating against each other. We do have a team of past district leaders. Those past, some are still current this year, but they have been also past district leaders against current district leaders. That should be fun. And that will be the first debate. It will follow the same format as we have been following up to now, where we have three speakers on each side, opposing side and proposition side. After that, we will have a 10-minute in between the two debates where we can start with the ship debate also, and we will finalize with what we have been expecting, the two divisions that state to this day. Division K and Division E will be debating their final debate today. Without further ado, I would like to introduce now our moderator for the first debate. She just raised her hand. Yes, I want to volunteer to be a moderator. She took it on, didn't know what it means to moderate a debate. She learned, she liked it, and this evening she will be the one that will guide our first debate against the district leaders, against each other. A very dynamic DTM that I love so much. And afterwards, you will tell me, yes, you will love her too. I will call now to the to the podium, DTM Carla. Carla, it's all yours.
I am here. I am from this WhatsApp group. So we are here. Be it resolved. Toastmasters WhatsApp group are overwhelming. That is what we will be talking about, we'll be singing about, we'll be dancing about at the end of it all. Proposition team, you don't want to hear it because they are the past district leaders. Opposition team, of course, the current district leaders. Are we talking about old dogs or new dogs? You can't teach old dog tricks, and maybe you can. Listen, I am so excited. You know why? They say this is I can do anything, and they can't fire me. So at this time, we just want to check if all our speakers are ready, judge intact, everybody intact, and the clappings are intact, because guess what? We are all in it to win it. Future, current, past, district leaders, you better be ready because we will be watching you. You are our role models, they say. You are our We are looking on you as the mirror. You better bring it good. I am seeing some judge in the house. So at this time, speaker, I see Toastmaster Carl Henry Petit Fear. That is a speaker number one from the opposition. But the proposition speaker number one, Toastmaster Kadeem Davis. I am hoping you are in the house. Speaker number two, who is just riling and ready to talk and ready from the opposition team, we have Toastmaster, the one and only, the lady, Karen Thomas. Woo-hoo. Now you gotta get nervous if you're a speaker number two from the proposition team, because we'll be looking at Toastmaster Karshina Gordon. And then they go for a break because they will be so excited and everything. So they have to get a break. And while they're gone, we have another fun time to spoil their program. And then when we come back, they call it rebuttal. I call it Mommy Dolly in the ring. Maybe with his daughter. I don't know. Maybe, Mike Tyson may be another one. We will now be listening at that time to Toastmaster Angeline Trump. I didn't say Trump. Is it Trump? Trump? Well, it's Trom. Don't get it wrong now. She don't want to be confused. And then we will have Toastmaster Christopher Yaw as the proposition giving that rebuttal. We have judges. We have judge until we have chief judge. We have chief judge. We have logistic department. We have timer. We have everybody in the house. And we have you. With your Toastmasters who are rearing to go. And yes, the real true deal debaters, because they're wondering what's happening now. So we are going to move rather quickly. Chief Judge, I am sure you are there. So I just need you introduce yourself and also your team with you, the judges. Chief Judge.
Muted.
I know for sure my chief judge did not get nervous. Yes, come on, let's go. We are hyped up. Come on. Guess what? This is fun. We can spoil it. Chief Judge.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. For a moment there, I was a bit worried when she said Chief Judge because we're having so many debates. I was considering which one is she talking about? But I am happy to have served this evening as your Chief Judge. And with me, I have a dynamic team of judges. And I kid you not, they have carried and have so many experience over the last 4 weeks. I'm telling you, they are well capable of judging this evening's debate. So with me in the judging panel, I have none other Miss Stephanie. As you can see, could Stephanie just wave, give her a wonderful wave? Yes, yes, yes. We have Toastmaster Stephanie. And of course, we have Toastmaster. Where is Toastmaster? I'm not seeing him. Where is he? Where is he? Toastmaster Judith. Good evening, Toastmaster Judith. Yes, thank you very much for waving there. I'm happy to know that this team of judges will ensure that we judge fairly according to the rules. And of course, always remember that the judge's decision is final. And so with that, I look forward to an exciting debate this evening. And I hope that we are ready to get started. Toastmasters and guests, it's been a pleasure, and I look forward as you will hear from the judges at the end of this debate. Toastmaster, moderator.
Thank you so very much. I was super excited till I got tongue twisted and I put 1 at 2 and 2 at 1. But our past district leaders, they are ready. Toastmaster Kashina Gordon, position speaker. Toastmaster Kashina, are you ready? Because judges are. I am.
Yes, I am ready.
You are ready. Are you seeing the timer?
Yes, I can see the timer.
Great. Guess what? Be it resolved. WhatsApp groups, Toastmasters WhatsApp group are overwhelming. Toastmaster Kashina, the lectern, certainly yours.
Madam Moderator, judges, worthy opponents, and fellow Toastmasters, it is my task and that of my colleagues to stand in support of the proposition Toastmasters WhatsApp groups are overwhelming. Before I proceed, it is imperative that certain keywords in the moot are clearly and accurately defined to avoid any ambiguity in interpretation. As a result, I would like to give an explicit definition of three critical terms that are found within the moot, which in our opinion are Toastmasters, WhatsApp groups, and overwhelming. According to Toastmasters.org, a Toastmaster is a paid member of Toastmasters International. Their second term, WhatsApp groups, are defined by tech boomers as a collection of WhatsApp users who share messages with each other. Each group has one or more administrators who are the only people that can add or remove contacts for the group. Finally, overwhelming, as defined by the Collins Dictionary, means a feeling or event that affects you very strongly and you do not know how to deal with it. This evening, as a speaker for the proposition, I am charged with the task of addressing the number of groups Toastmasters are subjected to and the poor administration of these groups that lead to disregard of members' personal and professional time. Following on with the argument, our second speaker, Adi Kadeem Davis, will tell you about the overwhelming nature of WhatsApp groups and the usual diversion from their purpose, thus solidifying our team arguments. Third speaker, Adi Christopher Yaw, will rebut and sum up our case. My team agree. Being a part of a group is beneficial and cost-effective for receiving and sending messages to an entire group at once. Nevertheless, my first argument is District 81 Toastmasters abuse the usefulness of instantaneous responses from multiple members in a WhatsApp group and create groups for any and everything. I thought I had it bad being a district leader and a member of 14 Toastmasters WhatsApp group. However, while doing research, I reached out to Division F Director Sandra Pike Anthony and learned she is a member of 20. You heard me correct, 20 Toastmasters WhatsApp groups. For her, being overwhelmed is an understatement. There are members who belong to 3 or 4 groups in addition to area council group, district leadership groups, and extra groups for projects, inclusive of one for facilitators, one for executives, and one for all of the participants. There are too many groups with no clear purpose but to be another WhatsApp group. Testimonies from multiple Toastmasters revealed most of these groups lack the proper administration to monitor any set rules. This caused members to feel comfortable to post at any given time of the day or night. VPM of club number 583524 admitted she sends messages as early as 6 a.m., given others send messages as late as 12 a.m. and beyond. I know some of you can relate. Meanwhile, many members are not tech savvy to mute or turn off notifications. Some are required to have notifications on for personal or professional reasons, like myself. These members endure constant pings during their work hours and ungodly times at nights from many of these Toastmasters WhatsApp groups. Madam Moderator and audience, my team believes that Toastmasters is an extracurricular program. Members already deal with groups outside of Toastmasters, such as religious and family. Therefore, additional Toastmasters group that sends multiple messages at any hour of the day is overwhelming. I rest my case. You all know that this is true. Back to you, Madam Moderator.
At this time, we will give the judges just a few seconds to get those points up and running. But at the same time, we're going to be asking our Zoom master to zoom to our first speaker of opposition, Henry Petitfield. That's the one of the current district leader of the opposition. I am searching, and I know he's not nervous at all. Toastmaster Carl Henry, how are you?
I'm great, and you? Can you see me?
Too long to answer me.
Can you hear me?
Too long. I'm hearing you loud and clear. Are you seeing, I know you're seeing me, but are you seeing the timer?
No, I don't exactly.
Not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna try to pin her.
Are you seeing
Maybe
her?
I cannot.
Great job. Toastmaster
Yes,
Carl
I
Henry,
see.
are you ready?
Her, but I cannot pin her. Almost ready, but I cannot pin the timer. Am I allowed to pin her?
You're asking if? Timer? You will be able to see the timer. Once you have identified her now, you will be able to see her. All right, she's right here. Talk to me.
If I can pin her.
She's
Are you on a mobile
This is my
device?
hand feet cut. I will try to using a laptop, but my internet is very weak tonight. I'm trying
My
to keep
apologies. Sorry, Carl. My apologies for intervening. If participants are spotlighted, the pinning option is no longer available. So you're right. You're trying to pin and you won't be able to pin the timer.
Okay, I'm gonna try to stay here and try to see her, but I'm gonna go. Thank you.
All right. Toastmasters WhatsApp group are overwhelming. Toastmaster Carl Henry, the lectern is yours.
As Toastmasters, we use that tool all day long, and I seriously doubt that there is an organization which uses WhatsApp groups more and better than we do. According to Toastmasters, dear guest, Madam Moderator, dear opponents. First of all, I hate the way my fellow Toastmasters, my friend Kalshina Gordon, talks about being overwhelmed by many groups which exist. And some of them wouldn't have purpose. And now I'm just questioning, would be the leaders go beyond words principles or not? That's the first question which came to my mind. Being in many groups, isn't it a choice? Or we have to see how we can fix our priorities and also have a schedule to be part of them. Collins Dictionary mentioned that if something is overwhelming, it affects you strongly and you do not know how to deal with it related to stress and emotions. The Macmillan Dictionary sees in this adjective something larger, stronger than anything else. Is Toastmaster WhatsApp groups represent that? It's my first question. My colleagues and I in the negative team disagree 100% with this mood. Toastmaster WhatsApp group are overwhelming. Based on that, I will present the main reasons why we believe that Toastmaster WhatsApp groups are not overwhelming, and our second speaker, Toastmaster Cohen Thomas, will elaborate on our positions and respond to the main statements of our opponents. Then our third speaker, Toastmaster Jim Trump, if she's there, will make the rebuttal by making a synthesis of our position and will conclude our arguments. Cedric Edgun, a journalist, has written in an article published in LCI on July 3rd, 2018, that WhatsApp is a fundamental tool that allows professional and formal usages of communication, and any enterprise can use it for its benefits for security and program implementation. What some users has made and when we put Whisper first, we remain organized, responsible, and accountable. We do, however, need promoting. Cecilia Ewan Another journalist, paper published in an online journal, Le Temps, of the 20th of December 29, about family WhatsApp groups, and she tried to referencing Sabine Dufo, who is a family therapist. She said that the complaints about WhatsApp come from a deeper societal problem. People are very often lost in futile conversation and finally realize there's no purpose or a true reason or even a cause which is useful to their presence in a group. Is Toastmaster groups about this? I really don't think so. If we, as I already stated this, leaders must be responsible and accountable. We can show respect and consistency. Why not? A Toastmaster WhatsApp group is not and cannot be vague. For my opinion, there is a standard and it is monitored by administrators and operates under protocol or chart. Is it the platform itself, or I should have asked myself some questions to ensure that I understand better? What is the purpose of that group? Is it different from what Toastmasters is promoting? Am I feeling comfortable in this group, which may have different purpose if created even by Toastmasters? Does it fit my ideology, my philosophy? Is it relevant to my journey as a Toastmasters? Am I part of too many groups, and is it necessary? While I'm inviting you to ask yourself these questions, I consider that acknowledge that a leader should be able to manage that easily. You learn to mute by using the features. You can leave. You can fix things by sharing advices, etc. If we follow some guidance shared by Raoul S. Bez in his book, written in August 2017, titled The Proposal of Basic Conduct Behavior Rules for WhatsApp Group, it is then important that in Toastmasters WhatsApp group, we put an emphasis on the purpose for the group or common goals, monitoring to ensure a proper usage of it, or shorter reminders as possible about the words and sanctions which can be highlighted, what topics are allowed, and also the hours within which we can post. When the words are established upfront and people follow the guidelines, it is a safe place into which we can learn without fears, and no one should be behaved.
We will now give the judges time to mark their ballots, their points, put them together as we have the Zoom master trying to find Toastmaster Kadeem Davis. Toastmaster Kadeem Davis. Wow, he's not lost at all. He is right here as a past district leader. Toastmaster Kadeem, how are you?
Good evening. I am doing well. How are you doing?
Oh, I am super great and pumped because I can make errors. Timer though.
Yes, I can see the timer.
Great job. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Past district leader, Toastmasters WhatsApp group are overwhelming. Be it resolved. Toastmaster Kadeem, the lectern is yours.
Salutations to you all. As the second speaker of the proposition, it is my task to further convince you by solidifying our team's argument that indeed Toastmasters WhatsApp groups are overwhelming. In concluding my team's argument, I will shed light on various factors which contribute to the overwhelming nature of Toastmasters WhatsApp groups. Before going to my substantive points, I wish to identify some flaws in my learned friend Toastmaster Petit Frere's arguments. He noted that we ought to learn to have a better handle of our schedule. How can we schedule messages coming from members in a Toastmasters group at all hours of the day and night? He further stated that we can mute groups, but how can we mute groups or mute WhatsApp when we also use it, as mentioned by Toastmaster Karshina, for our personal and professional lives? He further noted that the administrators can set the purpose or goals of the group, but how many times these are set and never followed? WhatsApp groups are causing us problems. I think that this is a consequence of the reality that human beings have not really figured out how to have this technology incorporated into our lives in a healthy, balanced way. According to psychotherapist Anna Mather, feeling overwhelmed by group chats is not uncommon. Our busy brains like to fill in gaps with assumptions and analysis, she explains. Anna adds that watching the notification alerts building can increase the stress hormone cortisol. It mimics the feeling of having a mounting and relentless to-do list, she explains. How many of you feel so, especially with Toastmasters groups? Over the course of a day, notifications are an interruption affecting our focus, our performance, and even sleep. Secondly, in a world of instant communications, we have grown to expect immediate access to information through technology. However, it seems that this is extended to an unwritten social contract, suggesting we should also provide a near instant response to messages, with blue ticks informing users that a message has been read. If the social contract is broken and you don't receive an instant reply, it can lead to feelings of anxiety and discomfort. Is this person ignoring me? What have I done to upset them? Am I not important enough to warrant a reply? Additionally, a Toastmasters group may be formed for a particular purpose. For example, a club's group to disseminate information related to Toastmasters. However, the ideal purpose is sometimes forgotten, and this discourages members. Instead of receiving only Toastmasters updates, members are barraged with good morning messages, GIFs, memes, and advertisement of services and purposes. This discourages members from participating in the group, thus overwhelming them. Let us not get started with the number of private conversations that occur in a group chat, which can engulf us and deter us from wanting to participate. While Toastmasters fosters fellowship, it still is a professional group, and these jokes, banters, and private conversations can overwhelm a guest or Toastmaster. It can be frustrating when you see 100 members in a messages in a Toastmasters group, and 90% focuses on Mr. A and B's debate and if Messi or Ronaldo is the greatest. Also, whilst it is good that members in a group wish to contribute, there are chances of irrelevancies. Just imagine when 50% of 40 members in a group add to a particular topic simultaneously. One can get an instant migraine and feel overwhelmed. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Evidence does not lie. Having gone through all these, I hope you can now see the challenge called overwhelmingness of WhatsApp groups.
The case seems as if it has been rested. We are moving quite speedily. Current district leader, Toastmaster Karen Thomas, is about to speak while we give it just a little more time to get those digits on the paper. Once they are on, Zoom Master, we're trying to find Toastmaster Karen Thomas, current district leader. She's all pumped and pride and ready to go. Leader of the opposition, or second speaker of the opposition. Be it resolved, WhatsApp, Toastmasters WhatsApp group are overwhelming. Toastmaster Karen, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Wow, you sound that way for true. Are you seeing the timer?
I am.
You are? And you're ready
Yes,
to speak? And you're ready to speak?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Karen Thomas, second speaker of the opposition. The lectern is yours.
Madam Moderator, distinguished judges, worthy opponents, Toastmasters and guests. My worthy but misguided opponents would have us believe that Toastmasters WhatsApp groups are overwhelming. They have cited abuse and poor administration, which is rampant. Groups created indiscriminately and members having little or no control over the groups. My team disagrees with this position. One of my mother's favorite sayings was, "A bad workman blames his tools." That adage is very apt here. As noted by my team's first speaker, WhatsApp is a tool, just a tool. Therefore, how it is used is entirely determined by the user. We have the controls. We determine how much or how little we want to use it. The power is with us. We believe that the Toastmasters WhatsApp groups can be used as a platform to teach, learn, grow, and they have many advantages. Our district, far-flung as it is, has used WhatsApp groups very effectively to disseminate information quickly, efficiently, and cost-effectively. It has helped us to draw closer together and build relationships. It has helped to boost attendance at club officers training and other district and division events. And in this online environment, we are even using it to manage contests. That being said, there are controls to allow us to use it as much as or as little as we want. There are a number of features that puts the choice squarely in our hands. A simple setting can prevent us from being added to a group without our permission. We can reject or accept to join, mute an individual group at any time for a specified time. That puts the control in our hands. I do it all the time. If work intervenes, I mute the group for an hour, 8 hours a day if necessary. WhatsApp is a tool, and as with every tool, there are guidelines for operation. We must ensure that the guidelines are set for the group and then ensure that they are adhered to. If the group is established for a short time, then it must be disbanded when the objective is achieved. In conclusion, WhatsApp is a tool. As such, the tool itself cannot be overwhelming. Our personal choices and behaviors will determine how it is used and the usefulness to us. My team and I strongly oppose the mood Toastmasters WhatsApp groups are overwhelming. We believe that we have the control, and if we exercise the control, it will be a useful tool that is properly utilized. Madam Moderator.
Wow. The place is hot. We are now ready to get it here. So, my dear Chief Judge, I am going to ask you kindly to move the judges and get those speakers out so they could regroup as quickly as possible and get back writing for that last stage of the battle between the oppositions and the propositions. Mr. Chief Judge. And listen to the opposition leader, Toastmaster Angeline Trump, from the district leader, the current district leader opposition team, and then followed by the past district leader proposition team, Toastmaster Christopher Yo. Yo, 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 yo.
Good evening. Moderator, Madam Moderator.
At this
Yes.
moment, it needs to be going into the breakout room, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Master, you can open the breakout room for them.
Just for clarification, everybody is going to breakout rooms, also the
No.
debaters.
The debaters will be going to their breakout rooms now to prepare for their rebuttal, and also the judges, which is Chief Judge Dylan, Judith, and Grace.
And Angeline Zivinger is the same Angeline Trump.
Trump. Yes.
Okay, then I have my rooms complete. Rooms are being opened and will be.
10 minutes.
Madam Zuma, okay. Madam Zumarmin, I have two devices. If both my devices could be moved to the room, please. Thanks.
Yes, Christopher.
That's right. I agree.
Everybody has been moved.
They're gone now, Zoom Master. Beautiful, beautiful. We do not have a lot of time, but I know we have a lot of talks. So let's get it on because we are the debaters, whether they want to believe it or not. Your thoughts, Toastmaster WhatsApp group are overwhelming. I want to hear one person who said, yes, I think so. I agree with them. I'll fight to the last. Anyone, anyone, anyone. All right, Toastmaster Yolanda, I can't care. Quickly, you only have 30 seconds. Come on, Toastmaster Yolanda.
Okay,
Yes.
Quickly, yes, I agree. It can be overwhelming. Initially my thought was exactly that, but then I heard Toastmaster Corinne, I think it was, and she made a very good point that it's a tool and it's how we control it. So it had me rethinking my stance, in terms of how
you're swaying on that ship. You're swaying on that ship.
Yes.
All right. Even though you thought so in the beginning, now you're saying, oops, I never thought of that. But
yes, it's definitely how we use it. And how we have the devices and the opportunity, the tools to control how it affects us. And something could only be overwhelming to us because we let it, So
all right. All
that.
right. Just one more person, because I know we need to spin that wheel for the ship, right? So that one more person, can you tell me quickly? I believe it is not overwhelming. Toastmaster adds. Let me go quicker than that. Toastmaster August, take it away.
Yes, I am in full agreement that it is useful and it can be overwhelming if we allow it to be overwhelming. You don't even have to mute it. Some persons on the call may not know how to mute groups. You just put it in a different room to where you are. When it's overwhelming you remove yourself from the phone. I leave my phone in a different room when I feel that I have had enough. And sometimes it comes in useful because I am one of those who work best at night. So I may be the one sending messages at 1 o'clock in the morning, but I don't expect. I always tell people, you don't need to respond then. That is when I have the time to send.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster August. As unfair as you are, you send a message so late, but you leave your phone so that nobody can disturb you. We are going to move on and we are going to be listening to the rebuttals when we get back. But right now, it's the wheel to see those who will be on the ship and those who will be off. Toastmaster Fabiola, it's yours.
Yes. Thank you so much, moderator. And for this final, we do have a debate segment also for all the audiences. But how are you going to participate in it? Well, we are going to have a ship. And this ship, we have a couple of persons on the ship, and you will have to debate why is it that you should stay on this sinking ship? Why are you the last person to be on? Now, in order for you to participate, I have posted in the Zoom chat a link where you will be clicking on it and let us know whether you want to participate and also what role you would like to take on. Quickly, I will go through what it is that you will be participating on. Let's see. Okay. Okay, here we go. So the ship debate is a debate in which a number of speakers attempt to win the approval of an audience. The audience is invited to imagine that the speakers are on a ship that is sinking and that someone must be thrown out if everyone is not to die. Suspense. So each speaker has to make the case why they should not be thrown out of the ship to save the remainder. Typically, each participant speaks on behalf of a person who plays a critical role on the ship, a profession, or a fictional character. Each round, a speaker will be eliminated. So we are going to launch the poll, and based on which of the professions or persons that give an argument are the ones that are going to stay on the ship, or we are voting for the one that we are going to throw off the ship. So participants, and with each round, participants cannot repeat the same reason. So if one round you were saved, the next round you will need to come up with another argument. Each speaker will have 2 minutes to give their arguments. To participate, audience will need to register via a Google link in advance before the start of the segment, which will be the after the rebuttals. We will start with this. We will not spin the wheel this time around. We are going to use you. Just click on the link and you can take a role, whether captain, mate, first mate, and you will see all this also in the link when you click. So this will help us to prepare for our next round. And back to you, moderator.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are seeing a red light and I'm happy for that touch because the red tell me it is hot in the place. Am I seeing my judges? Chief Judge, please talk to me. I can't be talking by myself. Chief Judge, are you there or not there? Speakers, I'm not seeing them. So it's not as hot as I thought, is it? They are on their way over. I am hoping that's the case. But this match, I may say, is one of the two. This match is the fun one. As we watch Division K versus, can anybody say? Anybody? Listen, I am not going to flood your WhatsApp group now, you know, so you just have to answer. Anybody? Division K versus
Division E.
There you go. I was wondering because I saw you in the house. Division K versus Division E versus Division K. Whether we're going to call it EK, EK, or K, what? I am still waiting to see.
Madam Moderator?
Yes.
I don't see many that are signing up for roles.
They are not? Listen, this is an exciting game. Let me explain it to you in 2 seconds. It is an exciting game. We are all on the ship and you have to hold on tight to drop off. You have to hang on for dear life. And guess what? You're just debating to keep yourself on the ship. No, you don't want to be the first one to go up. You want to be the last man standing. Speaking of men, I was hoping to see. Come on, Toastmaster August. I know your phone is elsewhere, but I want you to sign up. Toastmaster Sophia, Toastmaster Billa, and you don't sign up yet? I am hoping that that link is being clicked as we speak because it's red hot in the house. Toastmaster Rogers, sign up. Oh yes, they are back. They are back and they are looking stronger than before. You can't call them old. You can't call them anything like that. You have to say past district leaders and current district leaders. We are now ready to listen to the third speaker, the rebuttal speaker for the opposition. 3 minutes. Toastmaster Angeline, TROMP, to be on the safe side. Toastmaster Angeline, are you there? Yes, and she's laughing. Are you seeing the timer?
Yes, I'm seeing the timer.
Seeing the timer. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Could I ask such a question? Be it resolved. Toastmaster WhatsApp group are overwhelming. Toastmaster Angeline, TROMP, the lectern is yours.
Thank you so much, Madam Moderator. And yes, what we heard from the DLP group was that apparently we are in control. They are stating that we are not in control because we are not able to better handle our schedules. Yes, that control is in our hands. All hours of the day and night, mute. We can mute. That is how we will remain in control, and WhatsApp group is not going to be overwhelming. Administrators, they know what they're doing, so they are clearly know their task. And again, once more, we have the choice to join, to remain, or to abandon ship in the WhatsApp group if it's overwhelming. Again, we are leaders, so it's in our hands to show how best to communicate in those WhatsApp groups. The control remains in our hands. So if you listened well to my team members, what we said was WhatsApp is a fundamental tool for communication. It's a platform where we can learn and grow every day as a Toastmasters. It brings all Toastmaster members from 1,000 miles in one group, and we are able to communicate. So there you have it, Toastmasters, members and guests. It is, WhatsApp group is not overwhelming. It is the most important tool that we have to communicate, and it is best used, and we have control on these groups continuously. So with this, I rebuke the statement of the opposition, and I say, WhatsApp group, that's how we communicate and we become better leaders within Toastmasters. Back to you, Madam Moderator.
It's hot. Chief Judge, it's hot in here. It's hot in here. It is hot in here. We have one more speaker. The judge trying to find that last speaker, Toastmaster Christopher YAW. Because it may be yeah, it may be yo, it may be yo. We don't know. I don't know. Toastmaster Christopher YAW. Did we spot him? Yes, we did. Toastmaster Christopher, are you seeing the timer?
Yes, Madam Moderator, I'm seeing the timer.
You're seeing the timer. You look like you're muted, but I am hearing you. So that's new things now going on.
Right. Yeah, I have two devices. So don't
Mercy.
Don't
All
look
right. Now we get it. Now we get it. Toastmaster Christopher, yeah. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Madam Moderator.
Because I am too. Toastmaster WhatsApp group are overwhelming. The lectern is yours.
Thank you, Madam Moderator, judges, worthy opponents, fellow Toastmasters. My purpose this evening is to deconstruct, demolish, crush, extinguish, exterminate the points raised by the opposition this evening. First of all, the opposition's first speaker, he notes that all day long we are all getting messages on WhatsApp. That in itself, ladies and gentlemen, is overwhelming. The second speaker notices that things outside these are things outside of our control and we can control these things. But however, if persons are not within a particular, if persons are a contact, they will be automatically added to a group, so that when a group is formed, you have no choice. You will be added to that group. And then if you were to mute you will have to eventually go back to read all those messages. And when you go back to read those messages and you are in multiple WhatsApp groups, it means you might be having to go back to read 100 by 10, which would mean you'll be reading about 1,000 messages because you muted all those groups. Okay, so it is still very overwhelming. The first speaker also went through a set of questions that you have to ask yourself. Oh, is this group relevant? Is this, is that, is da. All those questions will tell you that that in itself makes WhatsApp groups in Toastmasters District 801 overwhelming. Why do I have to go through that process of asking myself all those questions? Life shouldn't be so stressful. Even the rules that you're talking about in terms of setting rules for groups, my. You can set all the rules you want. It is people and human beings we're dealing with. You're still going to be bombarded with all those good morning messages, all those jokes, all the irrelevant banter at some time or the other. My ladies and gentlemen, judges, I want to tell you this. The opposition speakers are hoodwinking you. They're trying to fool you when they say that you can mute the groups. You can't mute the groups. If you are paid Toastmaster, if you are district leader, how can you mute the District 801 leadership group? It means you'll be missing all kinds of important information. And then people are going to be saying that you just took the rule because you wanted to, as they say in Trinidad, flam, right? So you cannot mute the groups. You cannot honestly mute those groups. Now, in terms of blaming WhatsApp, we're not blaming WhatsApp. We use our tools properly. We agree that it's a tool. But as our first speaker noted in the definition, WhatsApp groups are groups formed for exchange of instantaneous information. But those groups are made up of groups of human beings, and people vary in terms of their attitudes and approaches. So therefore, these things are not necessarily within our control. So it's not a simple thing as just muting or fixing your settings. It could cause you to end up in difficulties when you continue to miss out on information. And of course, I just want to rehash what my team members were saying all along. They said, listen, first of all, our first speaker said that these groups are overwhelming because they're irrelevant. Thank you again, Madam Moderator. That is my response.
You're muted, you're muted.
I was just trying to see if this thing could work all this time. It's still not working, but I'll continue to try. Just wanted to see if things were getting okay. We are in the house, we are ready, we are finished. The boxing is over, the gloves are off the hand, and we are just ready. We are just ready to hear from the Chief Judge his thoughts. Right before that, I would just like to hear maybe from one district leader in the past and one current district leader. So a member from the DLP and a member from the DLC. Let me hear from the DLP, the past as we move into the future. Just one. Oh, I need to call you? That's fine by me too. Toastmaster, let me start with Toast Gordon. Kashina Gordon.
Here I am.
All right.
Moderator.
All right, your team, you were ready. How confident are you with your team? Do you think you take home the gold? Do you think you're throwing the boxes in the ring and it's all over?
Point of information, we are the current district leaders. I'm the division director for Division I, and I'm very confident that my team and I will be successful because we presented information that all Toastmasters present here this evening can relate to. Our first core value is integrity. They know the truth.
All right. So not only one, but 3 points. One, we are current. We are not no past. Get it right, moderator. We are current. Thank you so very much. District leader, current, Kashima Gordon. Can I now hear from one of the district leaders as we move quickly? District leader in the past, Toastmaster, let me call on Toastmaster Carl. Is he in the house or is he, let me call on Toastmaster Karen then. Toastmaster Karen?
I'm here.
Not here.
Yes, I'm here.
Continue. Talk to me.
I thought this was a good mood. It's certainly topical. I do disagree with our opponents. Yes, there are a lot of groups. Yes, perhaps it can be a lot overwhelming if we allow it to. There are choices, there are things that we can do to control it and manage it.
All right.
Good mood and great opponents. It was fun.
Mr. Contest Chair, you were smiling in the beginning. The beginning of this fight, you were smiling. You were laughing in the middle, but now the face doesn't look too right. Let me just hear from you. Let us just hear from you exactly what you think, your thoughts on the speakers, their job. They could have done a little better. What wasn't so, rather quickly.
Start.
Because the next contest should have been started 8 minutes ago. Toastmaster Dylan, I'm waiting on you.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. I am awaiting the final scores from my other two judges, and of course, I will be able to submit that to you. But before we submit those scores, I would like to call on my two assisting judges to give at least 1 minute of their brief remarks about how they thought the debate was, commencing first with, of course, Toastmaster, I am missing her name.
Grace.
Right, Toastmaster Grace, thank you. Toastmaster Grace?
Thank you, Toastmaster Dylan. My remarks are that I found both groups, that they both had good definition and good arguments, and with examples to motivate their point of view. They also showed good teamwork, talking about anticipating what the other speaker will be talking about and coming back on what the other speaker had said. So I found it a very good debate.
Thank you very much. And Toastmaster Judith.
Yes, well, both teams did an excellent job of defining the mood and bringing their arguments forward. What I especially liked is how one team named or mentioned each and every argument that the other team had and gave their rebuttal. So I thought that was especially good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And indeed, coming from both my judges, I believe we had an exciting debate. I love the fact that both sides brought in their experiences because, hey, how can you speak on a topic if you have not really and truly understood it from a point of view? So I love the fact that both teams came out tonight ready to rumble and ready to tell us how overwhelmed they are and how much control we should have had. So the scores.
You are also ready to go. But guess what? My time is up. I should have been out of here a long time ago.
Brilliant.
So I just want to thank you, viewers. Thank you, speakers. Thank you, administrators, for making this fun debate the fun that it was. I'm yours truly, your host, your moderator, Carla McGarvey Blair, and do have yourself a debating splendid group or non-group evening. Toastmaster Fabiola.
Thank you for an excellent job. Wasn't she fabulous? Big round of applause for our moderator. And now we are going over to the ship debate. We will take about 10 minutes to start the first round. And this will be guided by our DTM Dylan. But as I'm seeing, we have only a couple of role players. Let me see, double check.